Hey, it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel and another episode of Tasty Tuesday. Today we're going to be making a keto-fied version of baked spaghetti using spaghetti squash. So stay tuned for the recipe video. Okay, so for the baked spaghetti squash, you're going to need a spaghetti squash, obviously. Whatever kind of spaghetti sauce you're going to be using, we actually use this pizza sauce, the Great Value brand, because it's the lowest carb version I've been able to find. Some fresh mozzarella and salt, pepper, and olive oil for the inside of the spaghetti squash once you cut it open. So the first thing you're going to do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You'll want to lightly grease your pan. And then we're going to cut the spaghetti squash. Okay, so when you're cutting a spaghetti squash, you want to be really, really careful. The outer, I don't know what to call it, peel, shell, whatever, is very tough. And so the first thing you want to do is just make a flat spot, so that way you can cut without it rolling. So it sits like that. You want to cut off a little bit of the bottom. You don't have to cut off much, maybe like ½ an inch. You need to have a very, very sharp knife, and take your time doing this. Kind of work it around, work it around. Okay, next you're going to want to cut it down the middle. Very carefully. Okay. Alright, so now that the spaghetti squash is open, like 500 years later, you're going to want to scoop out the seeds. It's kind of like the inside of a pumpkin. So you want to scoop out all of this stuff. And you also want to clean your husband's knife so he doesn't yell at you. Okay, once you have the insides all scooped out, you're going to coat it with a little bit of olive oil. Oven's preheated. And then just a little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. You want to place them upside down on your baking sheet and place them in the oven. Bake the squash at 400 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes depending on the size of your squash. If you can pierce the outside with a knife, the inside should be done. So yeah, about 30 to 40 minutes, just keep an eye on it. Okay, so the spaghetti squash is done. And now I'm going to slice up this fresh mozzarella. Okay, so I turned the broiler on low, and you're gonna take a fork or a spoon and you're going to just gently kind of bring up the spaghetti, or the spaghetti-like noodles, just like this. You can see it's coming up very easily. Okay, now you want to spoon on your sauce, or pour. This one will be for Jonathan. He likes a lot of sauce, so I'm going to give him extra sauce. And then I'm just going to top with the fresh mozzarella. Put it back on the baking sheet and you're going to broil it until the cheese is nice and bubbly. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. Okay, so we're gonna taste it. But I did want to say that however you like your spaghetti, like if you like to add vegetables or whatever, you can do that. This one is just marinara. Sometimes we do meat sauce. Sometimes we do just the marinara. I'm trying to get a bite here. There we go. It's really hot. It's really good. I really like the fresh mozzarella under the broiler, how it's all like gooey and cheesy and delicious. I really like spaghetti squash. I know some people might, if you're used to regular spaghetti, it's not spaghetti. But if you can't eat spaghetti for whatever reason, whether you're trying to avoid carbs or you're on keto specifically, it's definitely a good substitute. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any recipes that you would like for me to try for Tasty Tuesday, leave them down below. I'm also doing a Q&A, so if you have any questions, come find me on social media and ask them, or leave those down below as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the thumbs up button and the notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!